Hey, welcome. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's a Bad Flick Show. That's what's happening. I appreciate you being here. Alex produces this show every week. I'm going to have him explain to you what happens during the show in just a second. I'm just the guy to say hello and to remind you of all the things. Like, I don't know, have you taken a class at the Comic Spot? Like, that's important. If you'd like to take a class, you can take all these classes online. Just go to satcomedyspot.com/online. If you haven't done it already, like, follow, and subscribe everything we do so that you get notifications when we come online. That would be super awesome. As always, make sure that you comment during the show, especially during the movie clips, because I can show your clips right on the screen, just like Paul. He's saying, let's go! So welcome, Paul, and everybody else to the show. Hallie says, hello, beautiful people. Hello back to you. I'm going to turn this over to Alex. We have a great panel tonight for the Bad Flick Show. So please welcome the host of the Bad Flick Show. It's Alex Shewmaker, everybody.
Hello, and welcome into the Bad Flick Show. The way the show works, if you haven't seen it, I bring the worst clips from the worst movies and then have my comedian friends watch them and force them to get their opinions on those clips. But as Brian said, please comment. If you don't know what to say, throw a like or a different emoji in there. That'd be great. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in two of our three guests. These two, just Comedy Spot favorite, have Jack Brown and Tomas Lopez.
Oh,
how you guys doing?
I forgot to bring Jack into the... Oh, Jack's not there right now.
I'm here. I'm somewhere.
Jack, I don't... Oh, for some reason, I can see you in the Skype, but I'm not bringing you up. You're just an S with all these strobes coming out of you.
That's kind of what I look like. That's a little bit curvier than I am. Let's say hi to Tomas.
Yeah, Jack, would you do me a... Oh, things are working exactly the way I planned.
Do you want me to hang up and rejoin?
Yeah, that'd be great. We'll see you in a second.
All right. Hi, everyone. Goodbye.
Look, it's Tomas right there. He's taking a vacation in Hawaii.
I'm in my beach house. I've got my margarita here, everybody. I hope you... And I've got my shell. I've got my shell. Anybody, just be transported away from a tropical getaway. Let's have some.
Welcome to the show.
That's the mindset. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. And our third guest is a very special guest. He's an award-winning improviser, then author of Improvising Now, a practical guide to modern improv, and he's the co-host of the Backline podcast. Let's bring him in. Rob Norman, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back in the old 916.
Yeah, that's right.
Good to be back visiting Sacramento. Been here before. Cut my teeth here. As we all know, it's the state capital of California.
Yeah.
Sixth largest city in California. As someone who's visited Sacramento a lot, I know these facts off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad to be here in a city with a population of above 500,000 people.
Did you check out the Wikipedia right before the show?
If a guy who hangs out a lot at 16th and L Street, would he know an exact intersection from Wikipedia? No, only someone who's been to Sacramento often would understand the importance of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo and know the sacred bond of the settlers who founded this great city.
Right. Okay, so Wikipedia. All right, perfect. Welcome to the show. No, Rob, seriously.
There's no way he would know 16th and L. There's no other city in the world that would have an intersection like that.
I was amazed. They're just letters. I thought, it stands for something. No, it's just a letter.
All right. I really appreciate you doing the show. Thank you so much for doing this.
I'm so happy to be here.
Are you doing any improv right now, or are you like us? We're just kind of waiting around for things to open back up.
I love people who are doing Zoom comedy shows. I think that's so great. It isn't for me personally. It isn't a personal joy for me because I feel like I'm just recording a vlog.
Yeah.
But I think what you guys are doing is great. I think this is a really fun show and a great premise.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're trying to.
Well,
I couldn't do an improv show, but this is a lot more fun. So I'm glad Alex created the show, so we have things to do. Okay, Alex, back over to you. Sorry, I stole your guest from you for a second.
No problem. And Rob, we always start this show off with a question. And this week's question is, what was the last bad movie that you saw?
The last bad movie I saw was Disney's John Carter. Have you guys seen this film?
Yes, so
he's on Mars.
I've heard of it. I've not seen it.
He's on Mars. I know it's a bad movie. I loved every minute of this film. I thought it was incredible. I love seeing John Carter, Cowboy Man, go to Mars. I love seeing all the different people, all the aliens and all the arms. Great, horrible film. I would watch it again for sure.
I just tried to watch this not too long ago, and I got about 20 minutes in, and I turned to my girlfriend and I was like, "You still don't even know what this movie's about. You have no clue 20 minutes into this movie what it's about." It's like it goes from this to that to this to that, and you're like, "What is happening?" So
I just like seeing McNulty from The Wire dressed like a Roman soldier. It's incredible. He's doing his accent. It's great. I love it.
Every movie needs it. Absolutely.
yeah.
Also,
Tomas,
such a misleading name, John Carter. You think it's a movie about a lawyer or something.
Yeah, I know.
It's a cowboy on Mars jumping really high.
For sure. Typical John Carter. Tomas, what about you? Last bad movie you saw?
The last bad movie I saw a few months ago, I actually, when I started quarantine, I revisited The Spirit, which is a 2008 film.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the Will Eisner comic, directed by Frank Miller, who wrote The Dark Knight Returns. He used to be a really good comic book writer. And I used to really like this movie when it came out, even though everybody said it was awful. And so I rewatched it, and it was bad. It's not a good movie. And as an adult, I didn't. It doesn't hold up.
It's kind of like the first episode of Star Wars, Episode 1.
No, well, Episode 1 is actually an amazing movie. So
I'm baiting Tomas. That's what I was doing. I was just...
Separate so we can bait this once and for all we can, but it's a long time. It's been going on for a while. Brian, he's not a fan of the prequels. I am. I think it's great.
Jack, what about you? Last bad movie you saw?
I had a whole thing ready to go where I was going to troll everyone. I was going to tell Brian Apollo 11 was bad, Tomas all the animated Batman movies were bad, Alex the Wrestler's bad, Rob Stranger is bad, tell the audience that Space Jam's bad. But after seeing how quickly I can get kicked off this stream, I've already been silenced once. I'm going to scratch all of that. I'm going to say that every movie ever made is good, and I support movies in general.
Yeah, all right.
That's a good attitude. Yeah, I like that. All right. Well, let's get moving with the show. The first clip. Look, E.T. came out as a big hit, but there's imitations. People want to ride that success. So this is one of those movies, and enjoy this clip from Mac and Me.
Mac and Me, classic.
Don't hurt
somebody? What scene was that, Alex?
Look, you're trying. You find an alien. You got to find what you can use to capture this. That's what you got to do for sure. Jack, what are your initial thoughts on that?
I really empathize with either the dad or the older brother who hasn't come out of the room and said, "Hey, what's going on?" While a little demon alien's running down the hallway, and your sister's got an American football helmet on, riding a vacuum to try and catch it. Hey, what's going on, guys? We've all been there. I like when I can see myself in movies.
Good call. Good call. Tomas, what do you think?
It was like filmed like a horror movie. Like it was like Sam Raimi did Spider-Man 2, and it was scary. You know, it was yeah, it was really. And I also wasn't expecting. Did he get sucked into the vacuum? Did I see that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very stretchy.
Just making sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure you all saw that too.
Perfect. Rob, what about you?
Who made that? That was great. The editing was incredible. I wouldn't know how to edit that together. And then the special effect of going on the ceiling, that's incredible. If my kid brought that home, I'd go, that's really good. It's a really good movie. So you guys did a nice job, nice attempt, but that wasn't a bad flick. That was a great film, great little clip. I'm gonna watch the rest of it later.
There you go. I think it's on Amazon Prime, probably. I don't know.
I'm looking at all this feedback, and people are talking about the squeaky voice. They're talking about Mac and Me.
Right.
We legit watch this in school. This is a beautiful film.
Yeah, even Keisha was like, "What's this movie called? I was late, but I'm intrigued."
Do you think there's an alternate universe where like there's a group of people and they're making fun of E.T. right now? They're showing like a clip of E.T. and like, look, Mac and Me was such a big hit, but you know, people try to copy it all the time.
Reese's Pieces, get out of here. Use a vacuum. Be normal, like Mac and Me.
That's funny. All right, you want to set up the next one?
Fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. So, look, Terminator, Predator, Alien, just really unstoppable forces. But I'm going to bring you the newest competitor to the ring, and that is Hologram Man.
Hologram.
From the movie Hologram.
All right, here we go. Play on.
That's what I like about you, Dakota. You keep coming back for more.
You've got a fatal defect, Slasher.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I'm smarter than you.
Have a nice trip, Norman.
Oh,
Wait, sorry, here.
Don't mess with Hologram Man.
So,
Perfect. Rob. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Rob, what do you think? And do you think it was even better than Mac and Me, or worse?
I think it might be, man. Watching that, wow! It's two holograms fighting, if I'm right, and that's interesting.
Correct.
That's just light. And there's a part where they're both struggling, and I thought, oh, are they gonna kiss? And then they don't. They're just fighting normally. then the guy with the elaborate ponytail says, "There's nothing in the world like me," which is incredible dialogue because you're like, oh, he's different than everybody? What are his powers? He's so powerful. And so this is the kind of mystery and intrigue you want in cinema because you're like, ugh, and then they shrink him down. I've never seen that in real life. That's incredible.
Quite the swerve, you know. He's all powerful, and then he's gone, and then he's small.
This is what a narrative is, right? It's twists and turns. Because also, they went to such great labor to make him small. But then the guy puts his hand in the machine and just blows it all up. I thought, that's a long way around to get someone. And that's good cinema to me. A 10 out of 10.
What happens if there's another hologram man? How are you going to shrink that guy down? Blow up the machine.
So this is what great cinema does. It lets us ask questions about ourselves and our society. Sure. You failed again, man. This is called the Bad Flick Show. You're 2 for 2. I love every minute of them.
Yeah, ironically, I'm starting to love these movies now. So I just like the unitards. I was very excited to see the unitards, and I couldn't stop looking at their package for half of the clip. I just wanted to see if you could see anything, and you could. I'm good. Who's there?
That's it. Everybody's getting unitards here. Let's do it.
I have one.
Okay. Then we're one down. Good for the rest. Tomas, what'd you think? How do you feel about Hologram Man?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Rob. I know it's cliche to say that like all action movies are like secret homoerotic fantasies, but there was a couple moments in there where, you know, cliches are there for a reason. You know, it's because they're true. And it did feel like those two guys were gonna kiss for sure. I had this. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, that's not how holograms work. Like, I don't think that if if you know, Beyonce had turned herself into a hologram, that she could have like high-fived Tupac. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Maybe she could, though. I mean, she is Beyonce. So
again, like Rob said, asking questions. Those are important questions to ask. Maybe Beyonce could high five Tupac. I think this is another one like
they got a budget.
Sound off in the comments if you think Beyonce could high five Tupac as well.
I think this is another one like John Carter. It's just misnamed. It's a great movie that's misnamed. Should have been called Hologram Men.
Oh.
I like when he said, "That's what I love about you. You keep coming back for more." It's like you guys have been fighting for so long that you know you have this pattern of beating him, but not beating him too bad, so he can come back and fight you some more. Definitely a lot of passion there. That love and hate, I feel like they're two sides of the same coin. And I think they do kiss somewhere else in that movie. I feel that very strongly after seeing that clip.
Yeah, Amy Church, she said that this was clearly porn. She's convinced it was clearly porn. So,
Hologram Man at night.
Yeah, that was actually the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Amy Nelson says Beyonce can do anything. So there you go. See?
Hey, I know how to pander.
All right, you want to set up the next clip?
Yeah, let's keep it moving. Look, this is kind of a me issue, but in most time travel movies, I just get so distracted about thinking, well, like, how did that time travel work? Like, I'm sure, whatever, the DeLorean, you go 88 miles per hour, that's fine. But like, how does that work? How, with time? And I think this movie really explains it. Neil Bren just does a fantastic job of explaining it in the movie Pass Through.
All right, here we go.
I can manipulate the planes of space and time. Let me show you. Here we are now. Here is where I'm from. They're 1,000 light years apart. I can manipulate space, time, and energy. I can compress time. Dark matter, dark energy, quantum physics, the string theory. I can bend time so that I can travel from where we are now to 1,000 years in the future, where I'm from. By bending time, I can compress the travel distance in time from here to here to no time at all. There are black holes in every galaxy. There are billions of galaxies. There are billions of universes out there. The universe is expanding, not contracting. There are more than 3 dimensions.
Jesus.
It's perfect.
Oh,
He
man.
really just sits you down, lets you know how this all works. Jack, what do you think? Is that a good explanation, or how do you feel?
I've been there. I've been right where that actor was. You're in a sketch or something and you forget your lines and you just keep going, you know, generally where you're supposed to be. When he was like, dark matter, dark energy, black holes, like just waiting for the thing that's going to make his scene partner talk, just going and going. And I saw a comment that said, this looks like something we used to watch in school. Someone used to watch Mac and Me in school, and someone watched this in school. I'm learning a lot about our education system.
Mm-hmm.
We're raised on bad flicks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a Venn diagram of bad movies and then movies that are shown in school, and then right in the center is
Is this
bad.
one?
Yeah, it's just not good. This one, yeah. That's where it heads. Rob, what'd you think?
This is a movie? Not a YouTube channel or anything?
No, this is real. Well, this is real. I didn't get a major release, but it is a movie.
It does look like a YouTube channel.
So, you know, we were talking earlier about, like, I couldn't edit that. I couldn't make that alien. I think I could make this. I think this is something I could make. Here's what I do want to say. Clarity. He enunciated everything perfectly, and I thought that was great. I did have some issues, a couple issues. Number one, when he said he could control space and time and energy. Space and time are the same thing. Time is an extension of four-dimensional space. So that's kind of unnecessary. He also listed how he was going to do it, which is through dark matter, dark energy, string theory, quantum physics. 2 of those are subjects. That's like saying I live in Sacramento, I live in Toronto, I live in history, I live in geography. They're just not the same thing at all. And so I want to say he was having a great time. That one eyebrow, can't do that. That was cool. So I'm gonna say it's a good movie.
You're in. Perfect. Tomas, your thoughts?
First thought is, like, at least it wasn't a piece of paper with a pencil pushed through it, you know, right off the bat. Credit for using a hot dog. That was a nice touch. Also, I do like how he was like, I can travel through time by going from one point in time to another point in time. It's like, I still don't get it. I get that that's what you're doing.
Only Tomas watched that clip and said more. Why wasn't he talking more?
Well, it's not to hear a time travel theory, you know. It's interesting, but you know, there is a certain level of that just wasn't enough, I guess, for me. You know, I agree. I want to know more.
I think this is the video that you take at the beginning of your public speaking class to see how far you've come by the end of the public speaking class. So I think this is just a way to gauge his improvement. That's all it is. He's just trying.
This is also, this is like when you hear someone kind of like actually high on marijuana talk, because like they understand in their head that there's a connection between black holes and time travel. So they just say time travel and black holes, but they don't like they're not telling you what the connection is.
Yeah.
Right. It just sounds smart. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right, I'm in.
Yeah, there's a connection between time travel and black holes, right, guys? So that's how I get it.
I totally thought it was bulletproof, but as I share it to you guys, I do now see the holes in the in the logic here.
I think it's great.
We're in.
I think if you asked me to take a whole bunch of ketamine and act, I wouldn't do better. So this is great.
Yeah, look, it's no Assassin 33 AD, but I think it could be a great. If you guys want to watch a great time travel movie, by the way, you should watch Assassin 33 AD, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
I haven't even heard of that movie. Oh,
it's great.
Wait, side note, have you guys seen any of the Ip Man movies? Ip Man movies?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't even know these things existed, and now I binged watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them over the course of 3 days. So, just, okay, great. You want to set up your next flick? I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
I want no discussion about this. I need people to know that I watched the movies, and we are moving on.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm going to bring up random thoughts later on. Wait, Tim. Tim has my back.
The next clip was like Hitman 3.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said Hitman as well. Yeah.
I wish so bad. Like the next clip was Hitman 3 or something like that. Just like, oh, okay, all right, I see how it is. But it is not. The next clip, I feel like it's going to teach us something, and I mean, I guess we all know that. What's inside that counts. And I think this clip from Basket Case 3 is a great reminder of that. And I would like to share that to you.
All right, here we go.
Listen up,
Strong
everyone.
start.
Frederick's getting a little too hyper, and I can't find anything on the radio. And since we've got such a long way to go, how about it, everyone?
You got it.
I try to prove my love to you over and over. What more can I do? Over and over. My friends say I'm a fool, but over and over, I'll be a fool for you, 'cause you've got one.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot to take in for sure. But a good message, I think. That's what we got to focus on. Tomas, what do you think about the clip?
Now that was the start of a porn. All right. When that monster guy put the little mouse spray in his mouth, I was like, I know where this is going. I know where this is going. Yeah. Yeah.
Jack, what'd you think?
I like to imagine that woman who practiced the whole song and dance was like, guys, come and see this. I worked really hard on this movie. And her whole family shows up like, oh, she's been singing to herself for so long. She's been practicing. It's going to be so great. And that they probably had the same reaction we did as soon as that clip starts of just like, wait, what is happening here? You never told us that it was going to be all these other fellows in there. But it was, I mean, they were great. I have never been on a bus that came together like that. That's public transit goals right there.
That's kind of like when you were in your first ever movie and you had to dress up as a hot dog, and then you think that movie's never going to get released, but then you find out that it's going to be released on August 4th on just about every streaming service known to man. So,
Brian, do you have something to plug?
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You should probably say the name of the movie you gave the release date.
It's a real ball buster, that's for sure. Ball buster. That's
okay.
We'll see how that works out.
Rob, your thoughts? Is this another good flick, or how do you feel?
I'm going to be honest with you folks. You lost me a little bit with Time Passed Through.
Sure.
But then you bring out this film, and this is the best movie of the lot. This one rocks hard. And I know it's really easy to be critical of people, but, let's look at ourselves a little bit as well, too. Like, how many people here today was at home and had a really creative thought like, what if there was a woman who was just all creases? What if there was a man whose head was a crescent moon? What about the guy who has the regular head, just larger and shiny plastic? That's cool, man. And then the songs on top of that? Wah wah wee wah! Like, this is a great film. Now, there's even little moments here where they pick up the trombone, which I played in public school, and a trumpet noise comes out. And I went, that's a fun surprise coming out of nowhere. So overall, I'm on the edge of my seat watching this movie of all of these monsters on the bus. And here's the biggest question. This woman is with all these monsters, and she's not afraid at all.
No.
And that's a story for right now, I think. I think that's a story for right now. Because whoever you are, and however you get to wherever you're going, whether it's by bus or by train or if you walk, you're just trying to get somewhere. And a woman's going to sing you a song when you play that wicked trombone. 10 out of 10, perfect movie.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
This show
Alex,
is
did you say this was Basket Case 3?
3, yeah. There's 2 others. I believe there's a 4th to kind of bookend it.
Oh, good. Good. I needed more resolution than I saw in that clip.
Now, when I was a kid, I saw a really scary movie called Basket Case. That's not the same line of Basket Case movies, is it?
No, it's all part of that trilogy or that film series. I mean, the first one is it's supposed to be legit scary,
Yeah.
but then it's right. Let's just have fun.
And then it turned into that. I think someone got fired from the first movie.
Brian, I really like that you asked Alex to verify a movie that you saw in your childhood. Is this the movie from my childhood? I don't know, man. I don't know what you watch.
Especially since I think Alex was born 20 years after me on top of it. I'm like, you don't know about my neighborhood? You don't know about my childhood? And you were born 20 years after me? Come on, Alex.
Yeah,
It's all good.
my
I'm here for
neighborhood.
some.
Can I make one more? Can I do one more? Can I get one more in?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just go ahead. Yeah.
The joke is for the last time, Brian. Episode 1 is not a bad movie.
Oh my
okay?
God! I knew Tomas was stewing about it for the entire episode and had to get it back out.
One of those aliens did look exactly like a Star Wars alien.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Okay.
And I think it was one of the original trilogy. Yeah, sorry, we don't have to get into it.
One of them looked like the host of McDonald's Tonight, or what was that called? Mac and Me? The Crescent Moon? No, not Mac and Me. That's the movie we just watched, which I love. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Sound off in the comments if you remember a McDonald's late night TV show.
It was like.
All right.
I know I've seen something like that. It was like a jingle for I thought it was like a jingle for like a fast food place or something like that.
Maybe like McDonald's. Yeah, it could be McDonald's.
Tonight?
McDonald's tonight.
McDonald's tonight.
Brian, you're thinking of when you were 8, when that commercial came on. I got you.
Well played, Alex. Nicely done. All right. I was just going to ask you if you remember when I kissed that girl in the 6th grade, Sherry.
Sherry,
oh yeah, that would have been.
Remember this in the comments.
Yeah.
Sherry, if you're out there, we want to hear from you. Was it good? Was it bad?
Dude, it was in the 6th grade. That's gross.
You brought it up.
Who's gross now, Brian?
All right, set up your next movie, Alex, before this gets too far off the rails here.
Right. We'll get back on track here. And so
also, Tim Crump, sorry, real quick, Tim Crump. Yeah, there you go. I saw that too.
Yeah. Tim Crump is like, sorry, episode 1 is the best movie. No, it's not. Okay, move on.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's get back to it. So last week, I feel like I pulled some heartstrings, and people were upset about the clip from Little Bigfoot. You know, the direct messages I had to deal with, all the it was too much. So I wanted to let everybody know, hey, these like natural disaster monsters, like they're cute when they're little, but when they get big, it's a whole nother story. So you know, maybe this will change your mind on Little Bigfoot, but this is a clip from Suburban Sasquatch.
Yeah, little Bigfoot got jacked up last week. Here we go. Let's see.
Man, sure a hell of a lot less crowd this year. A lot more people around. It's better before the highway went in. Yeah, well, if there weren't no highway, we wouldn't be fishing here, now would we? Fear me.
What?
Hey, you smell something? Yeah, damn it. Next time you stay downwind from me. No, not that. Like dead, wet, spoiled meat or something. Hey, don't bother. It's probably just a grouse or something. Hey, stop farting around. Dave! Dave!
Oh boy.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's they grow up and turn into monsters there. Rob, what do you think about this?
Why would you show
Suburban
that?
Sasquatch?
So the film starts in a nice way, which my first comment I just wrote down in my little book here was, what a yard. What a yard that is. I'm looking at the stream and going, this is a beautiful film. And all of a sudden this huge monster comes out of nowhere. He's so strong. He rips the guy's arm right off, rips out his heart, feeds it to him. It was horrifying. But here's the thing I liked about it. Those sounds were beautiful. I can't make a sound like that. So for me, that's 10 out of 10 right there. A little bit scarier than I would like, but the sounds were great, and the guy was real strong.
I was gonna say that was clearly a cat, right? Like the Foley director was like, "Hey, I got this cat sound effect. This would work great on Bigfoot."
Right. That's all you got. Sure, let's throw it in. Yeah.
It almost feels like they built the movie around the sound effects. He's like, I only have these sound effects. What can we do? He's like, I got a Bigfoot suit with boobs. It's like, okay, good. 2 out of 3 things. Let's do this.
It was supposed to be a love story. Oh, well, all right. We'll throw that away.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. Interesting body on the creature. Interesting body. Not like the bodies I'm used to seeing, which is cool.
I really like Rob's review. I wish more movie critics would end things by saying how strong the main character or villain was. Well, this guy was strong as heck. I love that.
Yeah, way stronger than me. That's cool.
I usually just look at characters' packages and their chest or their nipples, and everything that I watch is mostly what I'm focused on. And I was really, like some people don't want to take their shirts off in the summer because they have like larger nipples or areolas or whatever. And so I was really happy to see the big sausage, areolas, the salami-sized areolas. That was good. I think you should be proud of what you have.
Diversity, finally.
Rob, I know this is your first time joining us. Brian talks about this every week. It is his pet project. He'll work in the areola thing no matter what the show content is.
I think that's great. And I think it's a story about empowerment too, right? Because here's the thing. I love that yard off the beginning, but then those guys were so cruel, so mean to each other. I thought, I don't like this movie. But then they got killed and thought, well, that's a nice story now. The bad guys got it, and the person who might seem different to us actually was the hero of the story. So that's a surprise.
Usually I have nipples that are probably hard about 85% of the time.
Brian, stop.
And to see, no, that's why I keep my camera right here so that my nipples never show on camera. So, I have to applaud this particular Sasquatch because to have nipples that large, I mean, is pretty impressive. So.
Yeah,
Brian,
it was brave of her to do that scene.
Just 2 things, Brian. First of all, this is a safe space for you. So
thank you.
Whatever you feel like, that's fine. Number 2, you're wearing a shirt. Not a problem. Put your camera wherever you want.
Okay, well, they poke through my shirt, Rob. It's really difficult. Everywhere I go, I look excited.
We know that Sacramento is one of the most inclusive places in the world, and so your nipples are welcome from Alhambra Triangle to Del Paso Heights to Glen Elder. Your nipples should be free in the hot Mediterranean summer climate and the very hot dry summers and mild to cool winters with occasional rainfall. So
I feel like this is when Sacramento gets mentioned in a song, like an E40 song, and I just go nuts. He's saying things about Sacramento. Yeah.
I love the 916. What can I say?
Yay!
I was watching Ip Man today, and they had a Sacramento sign in the middle of Ip Man, and I was like, look at that! It's a Sacramento sign. Usually we're associated with so many other terrible things, so, you know what? Maybe I should add my nipples to the Sacramento Wikipedia so people know what to expect when they come to Sacramento.
You should do that.
Okay, you should. Thanks so much, Tomas. You should do that.
I do like the idea, top 10 things to see in Sacramento. Swing by the comedy spot and see Brian Crawl's nipples. Hey,
And stay for a show, maybe.
Honestly, they're one and the same usually. So if you do one, you're gonna get the other.
Sacramento is the 6th largest city in California.
It turns out that you would assume, yeah, the chat is definitely talking about my nipples too, by the way. Sarah says we learned so many facts about Brian on these shows. Yeah, I tend to overshare a little bit. And Tyler said Brian smuggles diamonds throughout his day, which is true. Missy says hashtag free Brian's nipples. So thank you for all that. I appreciate free the nips. Thank you. I appreciate all your support.
And I just noticed in the comments, some people are asking if I'm from Canada, and that's not true. I'm actually from right here in Sacramento. So I live on 2 and A Street, and I've been born and raised here. And it's, you know, as the 9th largest city in America, I'm proud of my city and what we do here. So,
are you
Kings, right, Rob?
I love the Sacramento Kings, one of my favorite sports teams in the California region.
Rob, in the unfortunate event that you can only get one meal in Sacramento, what are you going with? Your favorite Sacramento meal?
I always get the nubbers for me. I always get the nubbers. When you're in Sacramento, which is where I'm from, go straight to my mom's house, some home-cooked nubbers, nothing like it.
And Sacramento folks out there, if you know, you know. No need to explain that.
That's right. That's right.
Let me know how you prepare your nubbers in the comments. Tell me, do you fry them? Do you boil them? It's so interesting in Sacramento to see how people are eating their nubbers.
Yeah, I find this a little offensive because that's what my mom used to call my really large nipples when I was a kid. It was a joke. I mean, it's a Sacramento thing. It was kind of an inside joke, but
I got it.
Yeah. See. Yeah. See. It's fine. It's all right. Sarah likes her numbers over easy. Tyler says he needs to check out some numbers. Tim Crump said Rob knows more about Sacramento than I do. Well, he's been living here longer, so. Whoa, ACLU Tear said, I love to suck on nubbers. Whoa.
Well, that's how you eat them. Yeah, that's how you eat
right.
You can if you want to.
Donna says lightly toasted, smeared with butter. So that's pretty good. Well, this has been educational, and that's what we're all about.
And speaking of educational, we go to the end of the show here, and man, it's been a roller coaster ride for sure. But I want to make sure that the guests have something to take away, from this show, something that they've learned, and I'm just curious their thoughts on that. Tomas, what do you think? What did you learn? What are you going to take away from the Bad Flick Show today?
Man,
episode 1 still sucks.
Yeah, no, episode 1 is great. My takeaway from this is I'm going to say, Bigfoots are just bad, honestly. It's like man Bigfoots, lady Bigfoots. I don't like them. And I'm sorry if that is problematic to everybody, but, Bigfoots, I'm not on board.
It's okay. You kind of froze there for a second, and you were turned toward Rob, and it just looked like you really love and appreciate Rob the entire time. So that was really nice. Yeah, the other way though.
I hate Bigfoots. I hate Bigfoots.
Yeah, there. Yeah, he's in the middle. All right, good. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
Perfect. Oh yeah. We'll keep it going. Jack, what did you learn today?
I learned a lot about nubbers and nipples, but most of all, I learned that we're a lot more alike than we are different. I think the exact opposite of Tomas's takeaway. I think that, we're all sitting on the bus with trumpets that sound like other instruments, and we need to play our song together. I think it's time for us to come together and enjoy these great movies, and like the Hologram Man, keep coming back for more. So thank you, Alex, for exposing me to this culture and sort of like strengthening my resolve to be, more inclusive and more accepting, and the opposite of Tomas. Yeah.
More than happy to do it. Rob, how about you, man? How you feeling about it? show here.
Making movies is so hard. If you've ever picked up a camera and just tried to make a movie, what I was looking at was films that were all in focus. The audio, I could hear every single word.
True.
For the most part, it was staged beautifully. I felt like it was edited together nicely. Like, these were real movies. This wasn't an amateur hour. So much better than I expected. And just like a small thing, it's just I just think it's really interesting that we saw a series of clips of movies that celebrated otherness. You know, there's this big scary monster and everyone's so afraid of it. But when you watch them back to back to back to back, you realize that they aren't so different. They aren't really monsters, that they're actually part of a long legacy of just people who are different. And maybe we should stop being so afraid of things that are unfamiliar to us and maybe just embrace them. I don't know. I guess that's stupid. That's dumb. I'm an idiot. Sorry, I wrecked the show. I'm sorry. No, that was stupid. I mean,
he immediately attacked the Bigfoot. You know.
It's all right, Rob. You're all right. You know what? You're just speaking truth. That's important. So thank you for doing that.
It just makes me reconsider my own. It makes me reconsider my own biases, like against people with super hard nipples.
Oh, whoa!
You know, maybe they're just okay, and I shouldn't judge them on the fact that they have diamond cutter nipples that can't even be on frame underneath a shirt.
Whoa!
Not you, Brian. In general.
Oh,
Brian. I do want to extend an apology for the last 6 years. I have been really mean to you because one time at a pool party, I saw your nipples. So, I'm going to make a change in my own life now too, Brian. I really want to, I want to forgive you for what's going on right here.
It's usually I'm surprised at what the guest learns, but I'm learning so much today.
Keisha wants you to run for mayor of Sacramento, Rob. She says that she'll fund your run for mayor.
That is so kind. I appreciate that so much. Running for mayor is a very tricky job for Sacktown, the Sac, City Trees, Sac Tomato.
Yes, yes, it is, Rob.
And
that would be the truest Sacramento fact you've said all day.
Yeah, so I'll have to think about it, but I'm really honored that you would even think about me. Watch out, Daryl Steinberg. I'm coming for you, you Democrat.
Yay! I'm legit hyped up about that. I sent Steinberg an email today. I need to go back and recall it and send him a new one.
All right. Well, Alex, thanks for putting this together. Jack, Rob, Tomas, thanks for being on the show. Alex, do you want to close this out really quickly?
That's our show. Just like Brian said, thank you, Jack. Thank you, Tomas. Thank you, Rob, for joining us. It's a real pleasure having you guys on. That's it. I'm throwing it right back to you, Brian.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, you guys. And Alex, thanks for putting these clips together each week. Everybody was asking about the Turkish fight scene. I need to download that still so we can just play it every week. It's just paying homage to great cinema. Also, Rob...
sizzle reel before the show.
What's that?
The sizzle reel before the show.
Right, yeah. We should just air it every single time because everybody asked for it. Rob, Sarah also wants you to be on the Top 10 List podcast now, so you're probably going to get another message to be on another show on another night. So anyway, thanks, everybody. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Rob.
Just say I'm hanging out 2 and A. I got nothing to do, so let's do it.
Okay. All right. Top 10 sounds fantastic. Okay, everybody, have a good night. Stick around. We have another show at 7:30. If you want to learn how to do an impression, we'll have Aaron and Charlie here teaching somebody else how to do another impression again tonight. So it should be a lot of fun. 7:30 is when we'll be back, about a half hour. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.